Good morning, everyone. Guess who's here?
Hello.
Nicholas. Yes, our son. He's home from university, and I have him just for a few more days.
Mhm.
And so, as is usual, I asked him if he wanted to make some cards with me, and he said, yes, of course.
Yeah, that's how that conversation went.
Yeah, so he's here. Today's also Casing Tuesday, which is really the perfect day to bring someone in to stamp with me because we have a starting point and we're both working kind of on the same layout. So that's always really cool. And so we're both going to be making a card that we designed. And I'll show you what the base card is that we're working off of. And so let's have a look right here. This is the card on the left with the three rectangles. So don't be stuck on the rectangles. You can do whatever shape you want, or you can change things up a little bit. But that's kind of the base card, the base design. And if you're stuck on the measurements, here's a sketch for you to show you kind of what the different measurements of the card are. We've got the background size of the card. The card front is 5.5 by 4.25. And then we've got some different layers going on. And you could tweak the size of those layers too, but this kind of gives you a good starting point. And I think Nicholas, wouldn't you agree that we kind of both started out with kind of that layout and then we kind of tweaked it for our purposes as we went along? So, Nicholas started out with the three rectangles and then he realized that he had to shift around a little bit, make few little changes, and so that's what he did. I kind of stuck to more of the original format, which is absolutely fine too. So you'll see with both of our cards how we changed it up from the original design. So I just wanted to make a mention that we have a Facebook group for Casing Tuesday. And so if you want to join us and make cards with us, you can post your cards there. You just need to be approved to the group. And the link is down below, so you can just click on that, and our fabulous person who does our approvals, Lori, will make sure you get approved sometime during the week. There's a lot of people that join our group, so she does them in batches now. So don't worry if you don't get in the first day. It might just be a few days before you get approved. Um, what else can I say? Oh, and the link to the blog post about the cards that we're making today is also down below. So if you want more information on the cards or the supplies we're using today and we didn't mention them during our live, that's the place to go and see it. Good morning, Amy. I'm so glad you joined us. And there's Karen. Thank you for joining us this morning. We'll get back to you in a moment and talk to more of you once we get started on our cards. So, with that said, I'm going to start first with my card, and we're going to switch over to the other camera. Let me do that. Okay, we're looking down. Maybe Nick, you can scoot
I
over
can scoot.
just a little bit. So here's my card. And you can see it looks a little bit like the original card, except I turned mine this way. Okay, so you can do a little clever turning around, and that kind of makes it fun. So I have a couple of tricks for you for this card because we only have one snail and it faces in one particular direction. I'm going to show you how to turn it around. And if you are a Stampin' Up customer, you might go, hey, wait a minute, I haven't seen those stamps before. Well, they're going to be coming up in the January to June mini catalog. So these products, in particular, the Snailed It bundle that I used for the snails, and the paper, the Snail Mail Designer Series paper, they will be available starting next Tuesday, January 5th, 2021. So just a week from now. So I'm doing a little sneak peek with today's card. Okay. So let's get started and I'll show you how I made this card. Let's stamp our little snails first because that's probably the coolest part of the project. So we'll start off and we've got our little snail already mounted. Here's the Snailed It stamp set. Isn't it cute? I love it. Love it, love it. And it also comes with dies. Look at these. These are called the snail dies. So that's going to be really fun, right? All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to ink up my little snail and stamp him down. And then I'm going to grab the Happy Mail and Close stamp, ink that up, stamp it right next to here. This is just a piece of regular Whisper White. And before I reverse my snail, I'm going to punch these guys out because the reversal process is a little bit, it's not exact where my stamp piece is going to land. So I want to make sure that I don't get any ink on either of these two pieces. So I'm going to take my rectangular postage stamp punch and then just punch out one of the little guys here. And then I'm going to center this. Just make sure it's centered. And also punch that one out. All right, so I've got two of my images. Now I just need to create the third. So for the third, you're going to take your silicone craft sheet. This is not very expensive. It's $6 in the US catalog. And it's going to allow me to reverse my image. So let me find a clean spot. There's a little dust on that one side. I'm going to take my image again, ink it up. Make sure you get it really inky. I'm going to stand up for this. I'm going to stamp it on the silicone sheet, lift it straight up. And now I'm going to take a piece of my Whisper White and put it down on top of there. And very gently, I'm going to rub over my image. Don't move the paper because then you're going to have a smudge snail. And then lift off carefully. And look at that. Isn't that amazing, Nick?
That's pretty amazing.
I love that because that will now allow you to reverse all your images. And so this is just, you can do this with any like regular water-based ink. And you just, after you're done, you just rinse your silicone sheet with a little water and then you can, you know, keep using it. And you can use, you can see partially still here this image, but you can stamp you could stamp a few different images before you have to go and rinse this, but it will just allow you to do that stamping. So this is one way to reverse it. There is another way with the Stamparatus that would allow you to stamp in the same spot over and over again. But if you just have to do a few images, this is really a fast way. And then I'm just going to take my punch and just go ahead and punch that one. And now I have my 3 images that I need for my card. All right, move this out of the way. All right, so now I just need to color these guys, and I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo, Bermuda Bay, and Pool Party. So this little snail on the right, I'm going to use my Flirty Flamingo Dark for the body. So I'm just going to use the brush tip to brush on the big sections. And then I'm going to switch to my bullet tip so I can get in the fine areas. And I'm going to go over some of the areas a little bit more detail. And then come up here. This snail is like so cute. So cute. And then I'm going to come in with my Flirty Flamingo light and do the shell. Okay. And then I'm going to grab my Bermuda Bay light and do the little heart on there. So now while I have the Bermuda Bay light, I'm going to come in and do the body. And I didn't do the brush tip, I just kind of kept on with the bullet tip, but it will work. Kind of come in. Nicholas, what do you
Yes.
think? Say something.
I'm sorry, you've been just plugging all your stuff. I didn't want to like interrupt something.
All right.
But no, I think they look very nice. They're very, very cute snails.
So tell me, how have you enjoyed being at home for the holidays, for Christmas?
Well, obviously, it's an adjustment coming back home. I have to get used to living with my parents again, but overall, it's been a really great experience.
Well, that's good.
Um,
I'm switching to my pool party dark, and I'm just going to fill in just in the dotted line area. Okay, just to give this a little bit of color because it's like so blah. And I need to get a new pool party light because it's like really starting to lose its strength.
wow. So, if one of your customers has a dying marker and they want to order from you, where would they go to find your referral link?
Yeah, well, so you can go right to my store from down below, right to the blog post, and there is my 3 little pieces. Very easy, right? Okay, so now let's grab a card base. Okay, I damaged my thumb the other day. I don't know, I don't even remember how, but it's like a paper cut on my thumb, and every time I press down hard, it like irritates it. So I've been wearing a band-aid, but it's really, really hampered my stamping ability. Okay, let's put this the right way. And oh, look at, here's the back of that Snail Mail Designer Series paper. So cute. But I'm using this neutral pattern on the other side. Can you hand me the glue, Nick?
Yes, I
It's
can.
right there. So I tend to use the neutral patterns for for my cards a lot, but you can also cut out these images, or some of these images also die cut out with the die cuts. So I love this paper. It's nice and neutral on one side, and then you've got like snails and mushroom images on the other side. So it's kind of cool. So this piece is 5.5 inches by 2 inches. And my card base started out at 8.5 by 5.5. And then I scored it in half at the 4.25 inch mark. Okay, I'm going to stand up here and add this to the front. Okay. And then I'm going to put these on here, and you can kind of like eyeball it. So if you get them arranged the way you want, and then you grab the center one. I always do the center one first. Do you want to switch sides, Nick, and read comments while I do this?
Sure, I'd be more than happy to.
Okay, I'm going to switch sides with you. All right. So you can scroll up there into the comments section if you want. If you have questions for Nicholas, please go ahead and ask them.
Oh, fantastic. Yes. Hello, Brenda from Glendale, Arizona. Wow, that must be warm compared to cold New England right now.
Yeah. We did have it pretty warm yesterday. We got up to like 50, right?
Yeah, no, that was quite nice, but that was one day, and now it's what, like 30 outside?
Yeah, it's just above like 30 something ish.
Yep. And hello, Janine and Mary. Good morning to each of you.
Okay. I think I messed up a little bit. I'm a little bit over on this side, but it's pretty close. I should have like put a centering mark. If you're a little, oh, it's not too bad, but you can always put a centering mark and that will help you center that first one. But aren't those cute? Look at the how it looks so cute with the reversal, right? Okay, so now I'm going to take some ribbon and tie it. I tell you, it took me a little while yesterday to tie my bow with my thumb in a band-aid. So we'll see how fast it goes today. And I definitely need, I can find them, my locking tweezers. Now, the locking tweezers are not a Stampin' Up product, but I use them a lot when I'm tying bows because it's really hard to get your bows cinched down without them. So I just kind of make a first knot, then I pin it down, and then I'm going to do the first loop.
Oop, you're going a little bit off camera.
Oh, thank you, Nicholas.
You're welcome. And
Yeah.
hello, Karen. You're asking how's it going for me in Canada? Well, it's going quite well. I'm living with four other guys who are all some of my closest friends in an apartment right now. And overall, everything's going pretty well. In terms of COVID cases up there, we're doing okay. We have a big lockdown right now in Canada, specifically in Ontario because COVID started to spring up. So, everything's a little bit closed right now, but hopefully, after our 20-day lockdown, everyone will be healthy again. And
20 days. Wow.
20-day lockdown, yeah. Where basically everything is closed. So gyms, all indoor dining and outdoor dining has been closed. It's a pretty intense lockdown. But
yeah, hopefully you'll get the situation reversed. And I know they started administering the vaccine in Ontario, so
yes, they have.
So let's hope that that will help things. All right, I managed to tie my bow. It's hard to tie it with a bad thumb. Okay, so that's the front of my card, but I also did something on the inside. So I got a piece of Whisper White, and this measures 5¼ by 4 inches, I believe. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, and then earlier, this snail dies comes with this cute little envelope. This makes a little tiny envelope, and this makes a little tiny, either a postcard or a layer. So I just want to show you what I did. I die cut that piece out of Whisper White, and so you can fold it up along the score lines. It also creates the little score lines. So then you can come in, I think, bottom two. And if you be very careful with the glue, you can very easily put a little glue just on that bottom part. Am I on the camera still? And my hair is kind of drifting.
Your hair is getting in the
okay,
shot.
Let me sit down. All right. Tell me when I mess up, Nicholas.
All right.
Okay.
Well, no, you just came in.
All right. So I'm just going to hold that down for a second, and that will create this cute little envelope.
This is so extra.
This is extra, right? So look.
You're making a card within a card.
A card. Well, look. On the front, it says Happy Mail enclosed. So after I read that, I was like, okay, I kind of have to put like a little Happy Mail on the inside too, right? So then I grabbed a little piece of Blushing Bride cardstock. This measures 2 inches by 1½ inches. And then you can see I scored it in half at the 1 inch mark. So I'm just going to fold it like I would a little card. I made a mini card. I know, right? I had to make a card. I could have just used this little piece. Whoops. This little piece is that inside little rectangle that I showed you. So I could have just made a little postcard, but I decided to go further and do little hello and a little heart. So I'm going to take this piece. I'm going to stamp hello over on the corner.
A little bit of your hair is just getting
okay. I'm standing up. Thank you. And then I'll stamp the heart over here. And then I can take this Stampin' Blend and just color it in. All right. And then I'm going to add that to the front of my little itty bitty card. like this.
This reminds me of like one of those like Russian nesting dolls.
Yeah, or do you remember the Jolly Pocket Postman?
I do remember the Jolly Pocket Postman.
That was one of my favorite children's books that we read because it had all those little tiny pieces to it, right? It was
Hmm.
so much fun. Okay, I'm putting stuff away. Putting it away. Putting it away. Okay, so now I have my little bit of a card. And then you can write a little tiny message on the inside if you want, like, I love you. And then you slip it inside your little envelope. Okay. And then what I thought would be fun, if this is here, the envelope is here. Oh, I just threw what I needed away. And then you could take this and just stamp a couple more hearts up top there. And now, of course, I put my blend away. Can you still see me on camera?
Yep, you're doing just fine.
Okay, and then I'm just going to color in these hearts again. Just for the fun of it. Okay. And then I can't remember which direction. Yeah, I did it in that direction. Then I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow on the back of my envelope. And then adhere this like this to here. And so now there's like an extra piece of mail, and then I can take this piece and stick it inside here like that. And then the front of the card makes a lot more sense because, right, happy mail enclosed. And now you actually have happy mail. And I had trouble getting this out yesterday because of my thumb. I have no nails, so yes. Okay, so then you get the little card and then it opens and you can put your little message inside, right? So
Oh, I think you placed it upside down, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, I know. You know why I do that?
It's easier to get out.
No, because if you, not that you would use a letter opener for this, but I always place the open side. I never place the spine of the card up top in case someone gets it and then slices it with the letter opener. So I always place the open side up.
Interesting. Okay, I
And
can do
so I
that.
even do that with this one, but I guess I probably shouldn't with this one. You're right, because it's like the bitty envelope. So maybe I should do this and just kind of have that sticking out like that, right? That would be cute.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so that's my card. I hope you enjoyed that little sneak peek. I fell in love with this when I first saw it. So it's so cute. Now Nicholas is going to show you how he made his card. And it's adorable too. So I'm going to switch sides with him.
All right, so this is the card I made.
Isn't it sweet? Who did you
Yes.
make this card for?
I made it. Well, okay.
Okay.
I made it for. So I have a girlfriend, and she knows my mom and I do cards, and so I made this card for her that I'll give to her on Valentine's Day.
Isn't
And
that sweet?
hopefully, fingers crossed, she doesn't see this because that would kind of ruin the whole surprise thing.
Yeah, it would. We'll
Yeah.
have to make another card in secret then.
Oh
Yay!
no! Oh no! This took way too long. So anyways, the set
Alright.
I used is quite curvy, and it got pre-released. This is going to be featured in the mini catalog from January to June.
Yes.
And
But you can actually get it right now. And it right now you can only get it as a bundle, I believe. It's called the Quite Curvy Bundle. It comes with the stamp set and the dies. Nicholas is not using the dies today. He's using a different die set, but this one is already available.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
it will also be in the January to June mini.
Yes. So hopefully this is giving you some ideas for what you can start to do with some of these pre-release stamp sets. So I'm gonna put this off to the side in the corner so I have a little reference. Okay.
So sweet.
So here, let's get out
The
the pieces of our card that my mom so generously cut up for me, so I wouldn't need to do this on camera.
Show everyone the Stitch So Sweetly dies back there.
Yep.
So
this is the die set I use. So if you can see here in my card, I used this square frame cutout.
Rectangle.
Rectangles. Hey.
Nicholas is studying engineering, so he does know his math, but
Okay, there's a difference between like multivariable calculus and geometry. All right, so
okay,
this
rectangle.
is the rectangle,
Yes,
bracketed one, and then I'm not even sure what you would call this shape, but
it's like a label shape, I guess. Yeah,
yeah, nice label shape. You can see some stitching on the outside.
yeah.
Um,
Those are the Stitch So Sweetly dies.
yes.
Oh wait,
So
ship those over
first of
there.
all, we're gonna start off by stamping these in case I screw up. You know, I don't want to like glue things already and have to tear it off, and then
Yeah.
that becomes a whole mess.
And I die cut these earlier because I knew this video was going to go long with the tuba stamping, so I did all the die cutting in advance. But you just run it through a die cutting machine with a piece of Whisper White and the appropriate die, and then you can get all of the little pieces. Um,
Yes, you should read your comments while I
yes,
just begin to
I
stamp
am
this.
doing that. So the cool thing about Nicholas using this as a Valentine set is because I don't think people would typically think about this as a Valentine set. So that's kind of cool. Look at the cute little birdie.
Yes.
Nicholas is lucky with this stamp set. Some of the birds, two of the birds face one direction and the other bird faces in the opposite direction. So it's kind of nice he doesn't have to do any reversing like I had to do with the snail. So that's kind of fun. Also, those birds have little die cut shapes. So if you didn't want to, um, like if you wanted to stamp and then die cut them, then you can do it like slightly differently. So Nicholas is he's stamping a little part of the branch on the corner.
Right, just to give the bird on the bottom of the card a little something to sit on.
Yeah. And like the top one doesn't have that luxury, right?
Nope. Oop, I inked it up a little bit too much.
Okay.
Still.
I have the chamois off the side so Nicholas can like clean his stamp. My chamois looks like really bad because it's been like really.
So that's why it's not on camera.
Yeah, I'll show it to you in a second. I mean, the nice thing about the chamois is that it actually really does a great job.
Awesome.
Okay.
And now we got to add our final little bird into this.
Yep.
And the reason I chose this stamp set, which again, you mentioned is traditionally not
a Valentine's one.
A Valentine's one, is because my girlfriend really loves birds. So one of her favorite birds are chickadees. Yeah. So I tried to make little chickadees on this card.
Be a little bit careful with how hard you press. Okay.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna grab a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, move your hand for a sec.
As you can see,
there we go.
This is not a studio for amateurs, and that I am.
No,
very
you're
much
not
so.
an amateur. Well, I guess you're kind of an amateur,
well,
but
compared to you.
Yeah, but you've been stamping for you stamped with me when you were little, right?
I did, yeah. You got me started when I was like 5 or something with Stampin' Up stuff.
Yeah.
So I've been around the block. I still remember the rubber and wood blocks for your stamps.
Yeah, remember those? Yeah. Yeah. I think Nicholas more fondly remembers going on the Stampin' Up trips.
I do remember those. Well, when traveling didn't involve spreading a massive disease.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. Okay, how does that look? Did you get it straight? Ooh, pretty good.
Wow.
Okay.
Pretty good.
I would close up that ink pad now,
yes.
just so
All right.
Yeah. And be careful when you touch the edges because sometimes there's ink on the edges. So just
all right. So now I'm going to do a little coloring if you wanted to go through some of these comments.
I don't have any more comments. But if you have any questions for Nicholas.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay,
so Nicholas is studying engineering up in Canada, and he is in second year, and he is in what they call a co-op program, which means that he has work terms and school terms. And so when he goes back up this weekend. He's going on work term, and so he'll be working for 4 months, and then he'll be in school for the summer. So it's kind of a tri-semester program. He's doesn't really get many breaks anymore. He doesn't have like the summer off or anything.
Nope.
Like some students would have like do an internship in the summer, but Nicholas's program goes all year round. So he is kind of doing work terms. That's so saffron. Nicholas originally used gray granite. Oh, I put down smoky slate, but that's fine. Gray and smoky slate and gray granite are close. Gray granite's just a little warmer in color. So nice. I didn't realize your color choices. Last night when I was creating the supply list, I was like, what did he use?
Wow.
And I guessed wrong. The grays are very now that one that's
This
black.
is a light black, as you can see.
Black light, yeah. So yeah, so now he's going on work term.
Yep.
Yeah, and so he'll be doing that to the end of April. So we're not sure when we're going to see him again. So special times to have him here right now. Just because when he came up here, we isolated him for 5 days, and he did 2 COVID tests, had 2 negative COVID tests, so that we could be safe. Because Nicholas does have roommates, but they're all engineers, right?
Except for our one token arts friend who's in psychology.
Oh, okay. So they study very hard, so they don't have a lot of time to socialize, and so that kind of helps with not having. They kind of created a pod, so and they're very good about using masks and stuff. So we didn't think he'd be positive, but we had to be safe after trying to keep ourselves safe for so long. And then going back, he's going to have to quarantine again, and we'll have to look up the rules for Canada. I'm not sure if you can have a negative test up there and, be able to, you need Old Olive and
Yes.
Red, right? And, do that. So.
Yes. No. So this part of like sketching or like drawing in all the lines in the stamps is a bit of a labor of love. It definitely takes a while, but I think it makes it look quite good, and it's worth it.
Yeah. He's doing all the Old Olive bits right now. So, you know what? I could probably zoom in a little bit. Let me see if I can. I have this up. Okay, I'm zooming in on you. All right. I can move this out of the way too. We're done with this. Just like a mom cleaning up mid.
Oh my gosh, I'm not taking that long to do it.
No, but I'm like, let's give you a little space. I kind of crowded you a little bit.
No, it's okay, please. It's good to show off all the fun stamps used for that snail stamp set.
So while you have the real red out, do you want to go ahead and get your
my heart? Yes.
Yeah, your heart, and maybe you can color your bow too. Because Nicholas has a couple of tips on his card too.
Yes.
Because sometimes we don't have the right color we need for certain elements of our cards. So the Stampin' Blends are really great for that. You want to push these back and maybe grab a scrap piece of paper.
Okay. So right here, if you can see, I have this red heart and this red bow. But these aren't the original colors of the material. So, for instance, this is what we're going to do for my heart.
That's foil sheet that is in the new upcoming catalog, but you could probably, I would use the brush tip. You could use a different color of foil as well. This one's nice because it's kind of got like a pink base to start off with. So I know it's a little squeaky. So you're going to color with your brush tip a space on the foil. Okay, that's, I think, big enough. It's big enough. Are you going to punch 2 hearts?
No. Well, I could.
You could. You probably should, since you already. So you can, if you're worried about it being a little wet still, you can turn it over and just press down on it.
Down. And then
And then it will take some of it off. It's not going to be like a perfect, whoop, in the camera. It's not going to be 100% perfectly smooth like a normal red foil sheet. We also still we have our red and green foil sheets from the holiday catalog, and I believe those are still available. So if you want to use those, you could do that. But those won't be available again until the next holiday catalog. And so this is a nice little thing that you can have in the meantime, or if you need a different color. So there's the little red.
and we're gonna use a glue dot.
Mini glue dot. Well, actually, we don't have the regular size glue dots anymore, but I guess we call these mini glue dots.
All right, and that gives us some nice adhesive. And now we're gonna go over to our little bird, who is tweeting out a heart.
Yeah, so cute. All right.
And right there.
Okay, so now are you going to do the ribbon?
Yes. So the ribbon.
I tied a bow for Nicholas's earlier.
Yes.
Because,
Thank you, Mom.
I have a non-Stampin' Up bow tire that I use that I've and it's just you
So
can make
this
perfect little
is
bows.
a nice little white bow, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna color it.
It's a white crinkled seam binding, I believe. And then so Nicholas is just gonna color that. So this white crinkle seam binding takes ink really well. So you just brush it on. It will take a few seconds to dry. So if you don't have any more white spots to put your fingers on, you can just fold over a piece of the paper,
Right.
and then put it on there to create kind of a holder, and then you can kind of continue on with your move up just a little bit into the camera, a little bit more.
There we go.
Yeah, so Nicholas is using the Real Red Dark and using it on the side, like so you're not breaking down the brush tip. You want to make sure that you, okay, how's that?
Good.
Got almost
just
all of it?
Trying to make sure
You
all
got
the
all of it? Yeah.
red is on.
So I would just let that dry now for a moment. Sit it off to the side.
We're gonna set it off to the side, and then we're gonna prepare our card.
See how pretty that is? So now you have real red ribbon because this ribbon, it ties so nicely. And the other nice thing about this ribbon is that if you're mailing it really scrunches down nicely. It doesn't create a bulky knot, so it's going to go through the machines at the post office a lot more easily.
Okay, so this is a poppy parade?
No, Poppy Parade. It's a Blushing Bride.
A Blushing Bride.
We started off with Poppy Parade, but then we switched to Blushing Bride card base. And so it's 8.5 by 5.5 and scored in half at the 4 1/4 inch mark.
And then we're gonna use these lovely this heart pattern on this card, but on the back,
mushrooms,
which is from
the Snail Mail Designer Series paper.
Yeah.
So that's an upcoming paper. So you can see how nice the patterns are on the back. They're neutral, and they're the perfect Valentine's Day patterns. This is, just a really nice, it's real red background and little tiny blushing bright hearts, and just very sweet paper. So even if you don't love snails, why wouldn't you not love snails? Snails are so cute. But if you don't love snails or if you don't like cutesy cards, this paper makes a really nice Valentine's paper if you're looking for one. It's got some good patterns in it for that.
Awesome. Okay, so we're just gonna
line that
up.
All right.
Get it nice and even all the way to the edge.
Okay, you're doing well.
And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna place all of our little things on. So.
Okay, do you want to
Yes.
order them first? Because otherwise,
we're just not gonna glue willy-nilly.
Move up a little bit because I shrunk your field of vision.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm just gonna.
These off to the side
Yep.
so you're not in the way.
Awesome. So we're gonna just line these up, push them a little off. You're gonna off center them right here. Cool. And then we're just gonna glue them. Where did you put my glue? Oh, right
I
here.
put it way over there, out of your reach.
Well, that's not very nice.
I know, right?
All right. So then we're just gonna quickly glue these on.
All right. Nice.
Off center them like that. Come on.
All right, I'm not reading comments. Hello to Anna, who joined us. All right. Okay.
Boop. Yes, and I know I'm going slow compared to most stampers, but this card took me 3 times as long doing by myself. So
Scoot this down just a little bit. There we go.
There we go.
You're not going slowly. I don't think you're going slowly. I think you're going at a good pace. I mean, you want to get the card so like it looks, right?
There we go. And now that our nice, beautiful bow is now dried. Yeah, it's dried. Probably shouldn't have tested with my hands. We're going to do another glue dot.
Where did you stick your glue dot?
That's a great question. I think it's over here.
Okay. Okay, good. Yeah. And you did an inside for your card too, right?
I did do an inside for my card. I haven't shown that yet.
Okay. Oh no, I spoiled the surprise.
But here we go. Just add it in the corner, just like that.
Perfect. Look at that.
There we go.
You did just such a great job.
Thank you.
Now you have 2 cards.
I do have 2 cards now.
That's weird now.
So this is the inside of the completed card I did earlier. So I did this stamp right here. Thinking of you makes my day. And another little chickadee.
Nice.
My girlfriend really loves chickadees.
Yeah, and you don't have to do the inside, right?
No, yeah, but...
do you want to do it? You can.
We don't have to, because I know it's going long anyways.
No, do you want to do it? I just thought you were showing them just to... okay, don't glue it in yet. Just always stamp first, right?
Right, yes.
Because what if you make a mistake? Then
I don't make mistakes.
Oh, no!
Just
kidding. Did I not teach you anything?
Humility was not one of them.
It's okay to make mistakes, right? It's totally okay to make mistakes. And then if you make a mistake, you fix it, you cover it. And in life, if you make a mistake, it's okay too, right?
Yes, of course it is.
Right?
There's always other...
Yes. Okay, scoot just up just a wee bit.
Sorry, I'm just inking this up.
If you need to stand to stamp, so you get a better eyeball view.
I'll just stamp it right here.
Ooh, we've got you perfectly in the view framer. Lift up.
There we go.
Great job.
And now we're just going to add another little chickadee.
Yeah, it just adds a nice little touch to stamp on the inside of your cards. I usually don't do that because I'm in such a rush. But
there we go.
And then you just color it, right?
Yep, but we don't need to color it because that's gonna take another little while.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna
glue? Right,
I'm just gonna make sure the ink is dry.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long for the moment to dry.
Come on.
Yeah, give it a little shake. Yeah. I love Tombow glue because, those layers aren't going anywhere if you use Tombow, right? That's why, you want to make sure that you know what you're doing. Okay, I'll hold this down.
Yep, thank you.
You know what you can do? To bend it back a little bit like this. So
there we go. Things you pick up after making too many cards.
Not too many. Not too many. Never enough, right?
Never enough. All right. I
All
like that
right.
actually.
Okay, that's so cute,
And
Nick.
there we go.
I hope your girlfriend loves the card.
Aw, thank you. And here are all the cards we made today.
Very nice. What do you think? You know what? I think I like Nicholas's card a little better because it's like so pretty. Mine's kind of me though. Like mine's kind of like the goofy kind of. I love the fun stamps. Like honestly, that's if I had a choice, I'd probably just use fun stamps to
Mhm.
stamp because
But I
that's
think the
just my.
inside of this card is really, I don't know. I think it's pretty cute.
Yeah, this is cute, and that didn't come with your set. So yeah, this is
Nope.
like a really cute thing. It's fun. The little tiny envelope, you could have a lot of fun with that on Valentine's Day. These stamps would make really great kid Valentines, and sometimes if you're a mom, you have to make a bunch, right? We used to do that.
Yes. Yeah, we did for Valentine's Day at school.
Yeah, when Nicholas was little, we used to make the Valentines, and he used to like. I remember when you had to watercolor a whole bunch of them.
I remember that year.
Yeah.
That was not
And he did a
enjoyable.
better job than me, I think, because I think as a kid you're just kind of like you're just like not as worried about like all the little details, and his actually turned out better than mine because I think I was like trying to be too perfect, and with watercoloring you need a little bit of like not perfection, it's kind of more like a wash rather than like let's stay in the lines and all of that. So he actually did a really good job with the watercoloring, and oh, we had so much fun
We did.
when you're
We had
little.
when I was little and was willing to
Yeah.
stamp with you more often.
Yeah. Can you believe this kid? He's 20 now,
Yeah,
20 years old, no longer a teenager.
I know.
So he celebrated his birthday up in Canada without us. We didn't see him he left at the end of June, and we didn't see him till the middle of December. And so in the
Yep.
meantime, it was his birthday. So we were not able to celebrate with him, but he actually had fun on his birthday. What did you do on your birthday?
Yeah, so we went up to Algonquin Provincial Park. It's
Mm-hmm.
a park about 4 or 5 hours north of Toronto, and it was beautiful. We went backcountry canoeing for a couple days, and I had a really good birthday up there.
Yeah, so he did something a little different. So we didn't get a chance to see him for his birthday, but it is what it is.
Hmm.
On your 19th birthday, we were dropping you off at Waterloo.
Yeah,
We
and
left the day of we dropped him off at school, and that was the day all of the school events started. So he turned 19 on that day, and we left. And then
yep.
the 20th birthday, we didn't see him, and I don't know about the
Well, I'll be back
21st.
for the 21st.
You think?
I
You're
think
home?
I'll. Well,
Yeah.
I want to be home for my
Yeah.
my birthday
So
this year.
so we'll maybe we'll have him home for the 21st birthday, and we're not sure if we'll see him in between them, but hopefully in the meantime, we'll get vaccinated within the next 8 months. So that might help a lot, and that might help with the border and stuff. Right now, Nicholas is a dual citizen, so he can like cross back and forth. A little bit more easily, and we really try hard to follow restrictions because we don't like we don't want to get anyone
Hmm.
sick. We realize like it's a privilege to be able to cross the border
Oh yeah.
like that, and we haven't gone, but we just Nicholas has his school up there and his work is up there, so we try and do everything we can safely. He takes my car across the border so he doesn't have to fly and stuff.
Yes.
So
Very lucky.
yeah, so we just try and do things as safely as possible, and but we don't see each other for big stretches of time. So I really have enjoyed having you
Yeah.
here today, sweetie. All right, well, everyone, I'm wishing you a very happy New Year's Eve coming up, and let's hope for really good things in 2021. I won't be doing a live on Friday because that's New Year's Day. And not that I do a whole lot on New Year's Eve. I usually go to bed before midnight, but I don't think too many of you will be around. So I'm going to take this Friday off of my normal you do a YouTube live usually on Fridays. But next week I will be back to my normally scheduled program, and we have a new mini catalog that will be launching on the 5th and celebration. So for every $50 or $100 you spend starting next Tuesday, you will get to pick a reward out of the celebration catalog. So that's always really
That's nice.
fun stuff. So hopefully you all have a great start to the new year, and I will see you back here next week. Nicholas will be back up in Canada, so say
Yep.
goodbye.
Bye. Take
Bye
care. Have a happy new
everyone.
year. Bye.
Happy New Year. Bye.
Bye.